What's the absolute peak moment for every single Avenger? I'm not just talking about raw power, but that perfect scene where their character, strength, and heroism all come together in one epic display. We've seen them save the day time and time again, but some moments just hit differently. Today we're breaking down the single strongest moment for each of the original 6 Avengers, plus a few other fan favorites. Get ready, because we're diving deep into some of the most iconic scenes in the entire MCU. Let's start with the one who kicked it all off, Tony Stark, Iron Man. Tony has a ton of incredible moments, from building the first suit in a cave to the snap that saved the universe. But his strongest moment, it has to be in the first Avengers movie. When the Council launches a nuke at New York City, Tony doesn't hesitate. He grabs the missile, knowing full well it's a one-way trip, and flies it through the wormhole to destroy the Chitauri mothership. It's the ultimate act of self-sacrifice from a character who started out as a self-proclaimed genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. This was the moment he proved he was more than just a suit. He was a hero, willing to lay down his life for others. The "I am Iron Man" snap was the fulfillment of this promise. But this was where we first saw the true hero inside. Next up, the super soldier himself, Captain America. Steve Rogers is all about strength, both physical and moral. He's held his own against gods and aliens. But his strongest moment isn't a punch or a shield throw. It's in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, in that elevator. Surrounded by a dozen strike agents, he knows what's coming. He calmly says, "Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?" It's pure, unadulterated confidence and defiance. What follows is one of the best choreographed fight scenes in the MCU, but the strength is in that initial moment. He's cornered, outnumbered, and betrayed, but he stands his ground, unwavering in his principles. It perfectly encapsulates who Steve Rogers is, a man who will always stand up for what's right, no matter the odds. Now for the God of Thunder, Thor. Thor's journey is one of immense power and profound loss. We've seen him level armies and summon the Bifrost. But his strongest moment is hands down his arrival in Wakanda during Infinity War. After forging Stormbreaker and nearly dying in the process, he lands in the middle of the battle with a booming cry of "Bring me Thanos." The entire tide of the battle turns in an instant. It's a jaw-dropping display of raw cosmic power. He's not just a prince or a king anymore. He's an Avenger, fueled by grief and rage, ready to protect his new home and his found family. The sheer force of that entrance, wiping out hordes of outriders with a single strike, is the most powerful we have ever seen him. Let's talk about the big guy, the Incredible Hulk. Bruce Banner's struggle with the Hulk is central to his character. For a long time, his strength was a curse, a force of pure, uncontrollable rage. That all changes in the first Avengers movie. When the Leviathan is tearing through New York, Captain America tells him, "Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry." And Banner replies with that iconic line, "That's my secret, Cap. I'm always angry." In that moment, he finally takes control. He transforms not out of fear or pain, but by choice. He becomes a weapon for good. And we see the Hulk smile for the first time as he single-handedly stops the massive alien creature with one punch. This was the birth of the heroic Hulk. What about the master assassins? First, Black Widow. Natasha Romanoff's strength isn't about brute force. It's about skill, intelligence, and an unbreakable will. Her strongest moment comes in Avengers, Endgame on Vormir. The choice she and Clint have to make is horrifying. But Natasha, seeing the one path to victory, makes the ultimate sacrifice. She fights Clint not to beat him, but to save him and ensure the mission succeeds. Her entire life was about wiping the red from her ledger, and in this final act, she saves half the universe. It's a moment of profound emotional strength and selfless love, proving that her heroism was just as mighty as any of her superpowered teammates. It's heartbreaking, but it's undeniably her strongest, most definitive moment. And that brings us to Hawkeye. Clint Barton is often seen as the most human Avenger, and that's exactly where his strength lies. His strongest moment is in Avengers Age of Ultron. When Sokovia is in chaos and Wanda is overwhelmed by fear and doubt, Clint is the one who grounds her. He gives her a speech that defines what it means to be an Avenger. He says, "It doesn't matter what you did. If you step out that door, you are an Avenger." He's not a god or a super soldier. He's a guy with a bow and arrow, and he's terrified. But he chooses to fight anyway. This moment isn't a flashy trick shot. It's a display of immense courage and leadership, showing Wanda and the audience that being a hero is about making a choice no matter how scared you are. Let's expand beyond the original 6. What about the Scarlet Witch? Wanda Maximoff's power is off the charts, but her strongest moment is born from pure grief. In WandaVision, after losing Vision for a second time, she unleashes a massive wave of chaos magic, creating the entire town of Westview and a new version of Vision. While this act has terrible consequences, the sheer scale of power is staggering. She rewrites reality itself out of love and loss. It's a display of strength that frightens even herself and sets her on a path to becoming one of the most powerful beings in the universe. It's a terrifying, beautiful, and world-breaking demonstration of what she's truly capable of. And we can't forget Spider-Man. Tom Holland's Peter Parker has had many tests, but his strongest moment comes at the end of Spider-Man: No Way Home. To save his friends in his reality, he makes the impossible choice to have Doctor Strange erase everyone's memory of him. He gives up his friends, his family, his entire life. He willingly becomes a complete unknown. This isn't about lifting a building or beating a villain. It's a moment of incredible emotional maturity and sacrifice. He truly learns that with great power comes great responsibility, and he accepts the lonely burden of being a hero. He swings off into the snow, alone but resolute, stronger in character than ever before. Finally, let's look at Doctor Strange. The Sorcerer Supreme's strength is in his intellect and his mastery of the mystic arts. His strongest moment is one of patience and strategy. In his first movie, he can't defeat Dormammu with power. So, he doesn't. He traps the cosmic entity in a time loop, using the Time Stone. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. He dies over and over and over again, but his will never breaks. He outsmarts a being of immense power not by fighting, but by refusing to yield. It's a brilliant display of creative problem-solving and mental fortitude, showing that the greatest strength can sometimes be sheer, stubborn persistence. It's a testament to his intelligence and his willingness to endure anything to protect his world. Each of these moments defines these heroes. It's not always the biggest punch or the flashiest explosion. Sometimes it's a quiet choice, a whispered line, or a selfless act. It's the moment their power and their character become one. What do you think? Did I miss any? Let me know your favorite Avenger's strongest moment in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the worlds we love. See you next time.